Let's face it, most developers are stuck in a deeply frustrating loop. You write your code, hit a wall, switch over to your browser, paste that code into a chat window, and then meticulously copy the AI's answer right back into your editor. It completely shatters your flow state. Welcome to this explainer on basic prompting in Claude Code from Claude Master. Today, we're unpacking a massive paradigm shift in how we actually build software. Section 1. Beyond the chat window, shifting the AI paradigm. Okay, let's dive into this. You see, traditional web interfaces for AI are entirely passive. They rely on you to act as a human clipboard, just constantly shuttling context back and forth. But terminal native development, that is an active reality. Claude Code actually reads your local files, edits your code, and runs commands directly inside your development environment, whether you're living in your terminal, VS Code, or JetBrains. And this brilliantly illustrates a key metric for this new workflow: one single prompt resulting in 2 files changed, with unit tests written to perfectly match your existing patterns. Now, you might think that's a rare edge case, but no way. This is the everyday baseline output developers are hitting in their very first Claude Code session. So, how does it actually hook into your local workspace? Well, the magic key here is the @ symbol. Typing @ followed by a file name is an explicit instruction for Claude to read that specific local file before formulating its response. It's exactly how you ground the AI in your codebase without ever leaving your terminal. Section 2. The one example, building an endpoint with tests. Let's move to a concrete example and see exactly how this builds out. Take a look at this developer's exact prompt for new TypeScript user subscription endpoint. Notice the absolute specificity here. They explicitly reference the target file with @source/api.ts. They define the HTTP method, the path, and the validation rules. And finally, they instruct Claude to match the exact unit test pattern in @tests/api.test.ts. This forces the AI to mimic the existing test suite flawlessly. The literal millisecond you hit enter, Claude executes this instruction across a clear 3-step process. First, it actively reads the API and test files you just referenced. Second, it formulates a highly structured implementation plan. And third, it generates the new endpoint and matching tests, giving you clean, side-by-side diffs. Now, what's really interesting about this process is the built-in safety net. Before a single line of your actual code base is altered, Claude presents these green addition highlights in a diff view. You get to review exactly what the AI plans to do before committing, which keeps you, the developer, fully in the driver's seat. Section 3. Terminal workflows that work, beyond basic code generation. Let's quickly transition into exactly when you should deploy this tool over standard web interfaces. This workflow absolutely excels when the AI needs to touch your actual code base. Think bug diagnosis directly from stack traces, or complex multi-file refactors. And for you power users out there, because this lives natively in the terminal, you can leverage standard Unix pipes. Literally running tail on an error log and piping it directly into Claude feeds live server data straight into your prompt. It is a total game changer. Now, I want to drop a highly actionable pro tip right here. Run the commands /init in your project root. This simple setup step automatically generates a claude.md file. You define your coding conventions and off-limit libraries in there just once, and Claude automatically reads it every single session. You can finally stop repeating yourself. Section 4, specificity equals success, mastering prompt quality. So the crucial point we're building toward is this. It all boils down to one singular truth. The quality of your prompt strictly determines the quality of your result. When an AI is acting directly on your local files, ambiguity is absolutely your enemy. Naming specific files with the @ symbol and providing explicit acceptance criteria means you will spend drastically less time on follow-up corrections. I really want to leave you with this final vital shift in your mental model. Claude Code is not just a better chat window. It is an active, terminal-native development tool that acts on what you write. Internalizing this shift from passive querying to active commanding will completely evolve how fast you can build. If you're ready to master this tool, head straight over to claudemaster.net. You can dive into the full chapter on basic prompting in the Claude Master ebook, which features 3 fully worked examples and highlights the common pitfalls you'll absolutely want to avoid. So, considering this incredible leap in active AI tooling, how are you going to apply this terminal native workflow to completely transform your next project? Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and happy coding!